Hello, my name is Greg Cottrell. I'm the principal here at North Hunterdon High School, and it's my pleasure to welcome you to a beautiful day as we celebrate the 75th Commencement Ceremony honoring the class of 2026. I hope that you, our parents, relatives, and friends enjoy this event as we celebrate the accomplishments of these fine individuals that make up the class of 2026. At this time, I would like to introduce the Vice President of the class of 2026, Amara Scully, who will lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by the national anthem performed by our North Hunterdon Show Choir.
Hello, if you all could please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets rang o'er, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. It is now my privilege to introduce the senior class president, Mara Green, who will give the senior class welcome address. She is the daughter of David and Donna Green of Clinton Township. Mara has been an outstanding leader of the class of 2026, and it has been an absolute pleasure working with her to plan our end-of-year events.
Thank you, Dr. Cottrell. When we were visiting my pop-up during his final days, I was only 5. My parents took all of us to the hospital gift shop because, with many heavy emotions, it was a good distraction for all of us. And at that young age, it's true, who doesn't love a new toy or a Twix bar? So during one of these hospital gift shop trips, a pink fuzzy bear with big, sparkly purple eyes called to me. As each of my 3 siblings divided into different aisles, I stayed with that bear. What seemed to be a blink of time was enough time for my family to leave the store without me realizing. So I went to go call for my mom to show her my new prized possession when suddenly the aisle was empty. And the next aisle, also empty. And then the last one, yep, empty. So I finally realized I was all alone. That's when the soft rasp of an older woman called to me. "Are you lost, miss?" I couldn't get the words out, but the tear streaks on my face said it all. I took her hand as she guided me out of the store to find my family. Meanwhile, the whole hospital heard my mom's own version of Catherine O'Hara's voice in Home Alone, the scream of, "Kevin!" So yeah, I was lost. But then I was found, so that's good. But that pit in my stomach is a feeling that I will never forget. I still recall that state of confusion and panic when feeling lost. I would like you all to now think of a time when you felt lost. Was your GPS not fully loaded on the crazy Hunterdon County back roads? Did you walk into the wrong building on a college tour? Or do you ever just simply think, why am I here right now, and how did I get here? As we grew up, there were solutions to keep us close so that we didn't wander. As toddlers, we were put in strollers. Then, after our parents watched us take our first steps, they imagined all the places we could go. So, they would hold our hands to make sure we couldn't get too far. Maybe some of us had those backpacks with leashes, but there is no shame in being kept close. But at some point, we had to leave the stroller. We had to let go of their hand and walk on our own. To those who raised us, you dropped us off on our first days of school at North Hunterdon High School without a stroller or binky and trusted us to walk on our own. During my freshman year, that pit of feeling lost came back. Surprisingly, it wasn't this building, as I practically grew up in this school watching my 3 older siblings participate in numerous sports events, concerts, and countless other occasions when, frankly, my parents couldn't find a babysitter. So no, it wasn't being lost in the building. It was the feeling of no longer being surrounded by the same kids I grew up with in elementary and middle school. Suddenly, now with all of us at high school, I felt like everyone was making new groups, finding their way. But then, just on my first day of freshman year, someone called out to me with that very same comfort I felt from the gift shop worker. Walking down to practice on that very hill to cross country, I encountered one of the most sincere smiles I'd ever experienced. It was natural, genuine, and just us. She enthusiastically introduced herself, saying, "Oh my gosh, hi, I love those shorts. I'm Sophia. What's your name?" With just one greeting, I knew I had met my first new friend of high school. With her, I learned I didn't have to try to fit in one group to find a true friend. I wasn't lost, I was found. Being lost is usually seen as something awful, paralyzing even. However, it's being lost that fuels us to find something or someone we didn't know we needed. These moments can give you that light that comforts you when you are lost. During these 4 years, we got lost. We had those tough moments. We wanted to have a hand guiding us, but we learned to persevere. Being lost encourages you to take the risk, have your own path, and be your own person. We don't know our endings as we leave high school, but we know we can't stay here forever. Just like we couldn't stay in a stroller or always be holding our parents' hands. We need to grow and expand our horizons to fulfill our greatest potential. No, we don't have a GPS to guide us through each beach benchmark or around every obstacle, so embrace it. Embrace being lost. You can get lost on the back roads, take the scenic routes, find something you never knew you needed, and get to the destination you least expected. Who knows, maybe you'll find someone along the way, or you yourself can be that person for a stranger. The same way Sophia was for me, for many of us. Class of 2026, thank you for making these past 4 years some of the best. Now get lost, believe in yourself, and enjoy the journey. We each determine our own path. Maybe we should just get a little lost along the way. Thank you.
Thank you, Mara. At this time, I would like to recognize the people joining me on stage, starting with our North Hunterdon Voorhees Regional High School District Superintendent, Dr. Richard Burgess. Business Administrator, Ms. Katie Blue. I would also like to thank and recognize the Board of Education for the many hours that they voluntarily give to fulfill their critical role. The members of the Board of Education who are joining us today are our Board of Education President, Mr. Brendan McIsaac, Vice President, Ms. Tara Marie Hintz, Dr. Brian Chapman, Mr. Andrew Hanley, Mr. Rich Lordy, Mr. Stephen Matthews, and Ms. Merrill Mezzacappa. We also have the superintendent of the Hunterdon County Vocational School District, as well as their board president, joining us today, and that would be Todd Bonsall and Elizabeth Martin. We also have our very own North Hunterdon Teacher of the Year and ESP of the Year on stage with us. That would be Rochelle Naples and Miss Cynthia Peck. I would also like to specifically recognize our teachers and staff who are retiring this year and thank them for their years of service, loyalty, and dedication to North Hunterdon High School. We have Mr. Shane Berry, our school safety specialist. He's over there. Mr. Bob Capice is a Class 3 police officer who has been working with North Hunterdon High School. Mr. Al Carrasio is a Class 2 police officer who's been working with North Hunterdon High School. As well as Vicki Kellum, who is our school counselor. Best wishes to you all as you enter the next phase of your life. At this point, I would like to introduce Madison Latke. She will be providing some thoughtful words and a moment of reflection. Please welcome Madison to the stage.
Good morning, friends, family, faculty, and the graduating class of 2026. For those who don't know me, my name is Madison Latke. I am here to talk about the one thing that's missing. Almost 2 years ago, the most important person to me passed away. Her name is Sophia de Torres, and she should be graduating today. I can't help but to think about how it changed my life and many of yours today. But today, I'm not talking about what happened after she passed. I'm talking about the impact she made when she was here. If you were at North Hunterdon, you've definitely interacted with Sophia. Whether it was a small hello in the hallway or an in-depth conversation, she always had a way of touching every soul she had ever met. She enjoyed participating in unified leadership and ran track for North, all while being an excellent student. She was a shoulder to lean on and always the life of the party. While she is not here physically to walk across this stage, her spirit, determination, and beautiful memories encourage our graduates to keep going and to celebrate this day. Her life was beautiful, meaningful, and full of color. I want you to know that her light shines down on every single one of us, reminding us to stay kind and be proud of ourselves. She taught us how to find joy in the small things in life. Today, we acknowledge the incredible gift of life we were given and the bond of love that brought us to this stage. Let's move forward with courage and a steady sense of purpose. Most importantly, let us fill our spirits with a deep sense of gratitude, not only for how far we've come, but for the opportunities and the many journeys yet to come. Let's remember those who are no longer with us, and may the love here today serve as a tribute to their memory, which lives forever in our hearts. Let us celebrate, let us smile, let us hug one another, and most importantly, let's never forget Sophia. At this time, I ask that we take a moment of silence for Sophia. Thank you.
Thank you, Madison. We also have the pink and yellow balloons throughout the stadium today as a little tribute to Sophia as well. At this time, I'd like to introduce the assistant principal of the senior class, Mr. John Deutsch. He will explain the various honors recognition, cords, and sashes that many of our graduates have worked especially hard to achieve today.
Thank you, Dr. Cottrell. It has been a pleasure working with the class of 2026 for the past 4 years. I wish you all the very best. Now I would like to recognize the many groups of students who have distinguished themselves. These students have worked especially hard to achieve additional recognition. This morning, gold sashes are worn by the class officers. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Gold cords are worn by students who are graduating with high honors. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Blue and white honor sashes are worn by the members of the National Honor Society. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Blue and gold cords are worn by members of the International Thespian Honor Society. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Rainbow cords are worn by members of the National Art Honor Society. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Blue and gold cords are worn by members of the National English Honor Society. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Blue and gold cords are also worn by members of the National Mathematics Honor Society. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Green, gold, and purple cords are worn by the members of the National Science Honor Society. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Blue and white cords are worn by members of the National Social Studies Honor Society. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Pink cords are worn by the members of the Tri-M Music Honor Society. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Blue and gold cords are worn by members of the Future Business Leaders of America. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Silver cords are worn by students in the Biomedical Sciences Academy. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Green and white cords are worn by students who have completed 2 years of a Polytech program. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Red and white cords are worn by students who have become members of the Skills USA program. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Red and white cords are worn by students in the Career and Technical School of Family, Career, and Community Leaders of America. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Maroon cords are worn by the students in HOSA, a global student-led organization for future health professionals. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Purple and white cords are worn by students in the National Technical Honor Society. Please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. Finally, we will now recognize members of the World Language Honor Societies. Please stand as I recognize your honor society and remain standing until I have announced all the World Language Honor Societies. If we can also please hold applause until all students are standing. Purple and gold cords are worn by the Latin Honor Society. Blue, white, red cords are worn by the French Honor Society. Black, gold, and red cords are worn by the German Honor Society. Red and gold cords are worn by the Spanish Honor Society. World language pins are worn by those who have earned the seal of biliteracy. Congratulations to all the world language students. You may now be seated. I would like to recognize the yearbook staff for all their hard work throughout the year. Those wearing cyan, magenta, yellow, and black cords, please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. I would also like to recognize our team pet members. Those wearing blue and pink cords, please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. To recognize our members of the Key Club who are making a positive impact in their communities through service and volunteerism, those wearing Yale blue cords, please stand and be recognized. Congratulations, you may be seated. At this time, I would like to share some additional accomplishments the class of 2026 has achieved this past year. This class seated before you has not disappointed. They are a group of talented students who have strived to be the very best they can be. This afternoon, seated before you are 2 National Merit Scholar finalists and 1 Presidential Scholars semifinalist. The senior class before you has logged over 7,500 hours of community service over the last 4 years. Over 90% of our seniors were involved in clubs and activities this year. Over 100 fundraisers completed by these clubs and activities raised more than $100,000 for various charitable organizations. We recognize the students of our Interact Club for their 4 years of leadership and dedication. Through fundraising and community service, they have made a meaningful impact within our school and beyond. Those wearing purple cords, please stand and be recognized for helping raise over $75,000 in support of the American Cancer Society, Pediatric Cancer Research, and Sophia's Shining Light. Congratulations, you may be seated. The class of 2026 participated in 4 blood drives at North Hunterdon High School this year. 929 pints of blood were donated during this school year, saving over 3,000 lives. To recognize these students, if you're wearing a solid red cord, please stand and be recognized as a blood donor who has given blood at least twice during the school year. Congratulations, you may be seated. I now welcome back Dr. Cottrell to the podium.
Thank you, Mr. Deutsch. Students from North Hunterdon continue our tradition of excellence after they leave our school, and this class of 2026 is no exception. Some of these students will be attending the most prestigious colleges and universities throughout the nation, including American University, Harvard, Haverford, Lehigh, NYU, Princeton, Stanford, Syracuse, Tufts, UC Berkeley, University of Pittsburgh, University of Richmond, Villanova, Virginia Tech, William and Mary, and Yale. This is just a sample list of the great places that our graduates will attend, but it is a list that we are very, very proud of. We also have a tradition of thanking our graduates who have committed to serving in the armed forces. We thank you in advance for your service to our country. This year we have 5 students who have committed to military service. They are Owen Dandio, United States Military. Ryan Demjen, United States Coast Guard. Joseph Gardner, United States Marine Corps. Caleb Mormon, United States Military Academy at West Point. And Holly Seipel, United States Navy. At this time, I would like to announce and recognize the salutatorian for the class of 2026, and that is Mia Henk. Mia is the daughter of Scott and Dorado of Clinton Township. Mia will be attending Rutgers University, majoring in accounting. Congratulations, Mia. Now I would like to introduce the valedictorian for the class of 2026, Kevin Zhang. Kevin is the son of Frank and Christine of Clinton Township. Kevin will attend Harvard University with a major in economics and engineering. Congratulations again to the North Hunterdon class of 2026 valedictorian and salutatorian, Kevin and Mia. At this point in today's program, we will offer a special graduation address featuring the top 6 students of the class. Please welcome to the podium Eric Beswick, Mia Henk, Caleb Mormon, Moya Sora Oigankoya, Ivy Storage, and Kevin Zhang.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here today to celebrate the class of 2026. If there is one thing I have learned in the past 4 years, it is that the people around us shape who we are. Our families, classmates, friends, and teachers are a huge part of why we are here today. In our time at North, we've had the opportunity to meet people with many different interests and talents. Talking to a variety of people has encouraged us to learn new things and be more supportive of others, thus building our community. This community provides us with a sense of purpose. After all, we are creating a support system, something we can fall back on when we need help, and something that pushes us to reach our goals. The music community is one that stood out to me here at North. Some of the best connections I've made throughout high school came through the people I met in band. These are the people who got involved in school and beyond, yet always looked out for each other, no matter how busy they may have been. They taught me that community is enduring, and that the friendships we make throughout high school will last long after we graduate. I am sure all of you, graduates, family, and friends alike, have experienced this same sense of community. Today, I encourage you to think about all the people who have helped lead you to this point. And as we move on to the next chapter of our lives, I urge you to keep forming these supportive communities wherever you go. Thank you.
Walking into high school was one of the most nerve-wracking days of my life. And although I stand here today with the support of countless others, walking off this stage fills me with the same feeling. Because each day marks the end of an era, the beginning of a new chapter. In a book of life, the chapters are not chronological. They overlap, converging to influence each other. Some of these chapters are blank, waiting for us to write them, and some are outlined for us. High school is one such outline, setting 4 years to prepare us for adulthood. It provided an education to carry us through the rest of our lives and taught us responsibility and ownership through hard work and deadlines. Sometimes we got lost, overwhelmed by assignments, and pressured by a sense of duty. I was pulled out of that life is work mindset when my mom gave me one piece of advice: chillax. My life transformed as if my eyes were closed and they finally opened to see an explosion of color and wonder at all of the opportunities we as people have. And I know every person here has special moments they think back to that make their day brighter. Those moments transformed that outline of high school into a vibrant period of joy. My advice to you now is to pick up a pen and start writing a new chapter. Write your story so that each day is brighter than the last. Taking charge is nerve-wracking, but I can only grow more excited to see what marks you will make on the world.
The last 4 years I spent in high school sometimes felt like a battle to survive. Managing study time, ensuring I got enough sleep, and setting personal goals for the future. As I juggled homework assignments, tests, and clubs, I knew that I was experiencing the precursor to life outside of high school. Therefore, this stage was necessary to learn the art of resilience and to understand how to continue to grow. Even so, there have been many times when the end of this battle felt like a far-off dream. The year 2026, the dream graduation date I had mentally highlighted in my mind, wasn't moving any closer. I was stuck. And yet, in a blink, we have moved from freshmen to sophomores to juniors to seniors. No longer do we need to count down the days until graduation because, despite our struggles, we have arrived here together. This speech is finally marking the end. However, it also marks the beginning of the next step. Life can be divided into 3 stages: early childhood, adolescence, and adulthood. As we graduate today, the responsibility of enduring and thriving during the rest of our lives has been put into our hands. After today, we will go to graduation parties, family lunches, jobs, and enjoy this summer until we move into the next stage. As the ones responsible for our fates, we must continue to fight, continue to dream, and continue to live in the best way we can.
Because our lives are divided into stages, it brings some comfort to have some constants between them. For me, that constant turned out to be video games, which have long been one of my favorite pastimes. Aside from driving my parents nuts as I said I was melting my mind, whatever that means, I find that games relate very closely to real life. I found that through countless hours of playing, that the most important factor of a game was the difficulty level. On the one hand, it was unproductive to be too easy. As I racked up millions of points and mowed through weak enemies, I found that I failed to get better and forgot the joy of winning. But it was also pointless to set the difficulty level too high. Getting stuck and losing what felt like 1,000 times at the hands of the same foe is overly frustrating, annoying, and so very unfun. The same goes for real life. In the days of COVID-19, easy half-days and virtual schooling caused me to lag behind academically. But this year's brutal AP testing season, where I took 8 AP tests, left me racked with stress and sleepless nights. Through time, I found that the key to getting the most enjoyment out of my life was to find the ideal difficulty. If days are easy and idle, we can always take harder classes, join extracurriculars, and find ways to challenge ourselves. If things are overwhelming, there is no shame in taking a day off, dropping a class, or simply asking others for help. Setting your life's difficulty may be more complicated than going to the options menu of a game. But I challenge you all to strive for your ideal difficulty so that we may gain as much enjoyment from our lives as we do from our games. Thank you.
Sorry, I had to get one last thing off my bucket list. Since freshman orientation, 4 years or 720 school days ago, we have figured out many things. How to navigate our confusing rolling drop block schedules, challenging ourselves with higher level classes or an elective in a subject we had never heard about, and pulling off late night grinds, finishing projects that we procrastinated on a bit too much. Now, I will admit, I am very guilty of procrastination myself. There's definitely a more comprehensive list, but I am certain it will only get longer and longer as you go off to the next big things in your life. Yet, it only feels like the number of things we have to figure out has increased. After all, over these past 4 years, the world around us continues to move faster and faster and in ways more unpredictable than ever. From joining many different clubs to starting our school's Science Bowl club with my sister Selena, I've experienced this whirlwind of uncertainty. It's easy for the pressure to keep up, needing to know all the answers to stay on top, and to have everything figured out. But if I'm to leave you with anything, it's that it's okay to not know what's ahead. During my time here at North, there were many unknowns. Unknowns about when the next exam would hit, if teachers would round grades to dodge a final, or even what the cafeteria would have in store 2 periods later. Life is full of unknowns, and there will be millions more ahead. But we should not fear the unknown. It is where the best things in life happen. It is what makes the journey of life exciting, to take risks, to step into the unknown, to move forward. As we close the chapter on 4 unforgettable years, we stand before a horizon of infinite possibilities. All we have to do is take the first step.
I am often asked about my post-high school plans, the goals I have set for myself after 4 years at North Hunterdon. People ask which subject I intend to study, the place I hope to live, the profession I want to pursue. Rarely am I asked the much more important question of why. Whether it be the workforce, the military, or college, each member of our class is finishing high school with a meaningful direction in life. And after 12 years of education, I believe it's time we turn outwards in search of service to others. This is the much greater why, the why that should drive every one of our aspirations. With this year being America's 250th birthday, I find it fitting to quote Abigail Adams, who once asked, "If we do not lay out ourselves in the service of mankind, whom should we serve?" As graduates, we are now headed into new communities, unfamiliar and exciting and filled with people worth serving. So wherever you find yourself after our time at North, I encourage you to make small sacrifices, to offer yourself indiscriminately in service to others. Thank you, and congratulations to the class of 2026.
Thank you again to Eric, Mia, Caleb, Moyasore, Ivy, and Kevin. Thank you. At this time, it is my honor to recommend the class of 2026 for graduation. As the principal of North Hunterdon High School, I hereby certify that the members of the class of 2026 seated before you have satisfactorily met the graduation requirements of the North Hunterdon Voorhees Regional High School District and the state of New Jersey. Therefore, it is my honor and privilege to recommend that they be awarded their high school diploma. It is now my pleasure to introduce our superintendent, Dr. Richard Burgess, to accept my recommendation of the class of 2026.
Thank you, Dr. Cottrell. Good morning to the class of 2026, family, friends, and distinguished guests. Today it is my honor and privilege to be here to celebrate the many accomplishments of this very special class. Graduates, today is a major milestone in your life, with many more to come, but today we celebrate your successes over the past 4 years. I'll be brief in my remarks, so I only have one piece of advice for the graduates. Be grateful for all that you have every single day. Gratitude is indeed the greatest of all virtues, and if you can practice being grateful, it will help you through the hard times and also amplify the great times. Today, be grateful for the family you have, the teachers and faculties you have interacted with over the past 4 years, the friends you have made, but most importantly, be grateful for all you have accomplished in and out of the classroom. I am grateful to be a part of this school district that has amazing students, an exemplary faculty and staff, engaged parents, and a supportive Board of Education. I thank each and every one of you for everything you do for our district. With that said, as the Superintendent of Schools for the North Hunterdon Voorhees Regional High School District, Dr. Cottrell, I accept your recommendation for the graduating class of 2026 and hereby certify that they have met the graduation requirements as set forth by the North Hunterdon Voorhees Regional High School District Board of Education and the State of New Jersey. Class of 2026, on behalf of the Board of Education and myself, congratulations and best of luck in your future.
Thank you, Dr. Burgess. It's now my pleasure to introduce our North Hunterdon Show Choir, which will perform the graduation anthem, If Ever I Would Leave You, under the direction of Miss Hannah Fonseca.
If ever I would leave you, how could it be in springtime? Knowing how in spring I'm bewitched by the sun. Oh no, not in springtime, not in spring, summer, winter, or fall. Never could I leave you at all. No, never would I leave you.
thank you again to our North Hunterdon Show Choir. And I would also like to recognize and give a round of applause to our North Hunterdon Concert Band under the direction of Mr. Hopta, seated behind us. They played our processional and recessional music today. So I want to take a moment and thank all of our graduates, families, community members, Board of Education members, and staff for their support. I'm truly blessed to work at such a great school with a supportive community and talented student body. Before we announce the graduates, I want to share a few final thoughts with the class of 2026. As you prepare to turn your tassels and step out into the wider world, I want to share a story of a fellow Lion who graduated exactly 63 years ago before you. He was a man who perfectly embodied what it means to live a life of impact, purpose, and unyielding joy. That man was Dave Robbins, also known as Dave the Rave, class of 1963. Many of you were in our main gym this past winter for our annual unified basketball game. You felt that gymnasium floor shaking, and you saw news cameras from the CBS News capturing our community alongside Dave the Rave in his iconic green and gold cape to celebrate his milestone 80th birthday. Dave was born with an intellectual disability during an era when society often pushed those individuals with special needs to the sidelines. But Dave refused to stay in the margins. He stepped directly into the center of the jungle and became the absolute heartbeat of North Hunterdon and a local legend. As many of you know, Dave recently passed away and North Hunterdon lost its #1 fan. As you transition into this next chapter of your life, I want you to carry 3 distinct lessons from the legacy of Dave the Rave. First, set your own records. So, at most football games, when a team kicks an extra point through the field goal there, or they attempt a field goal, they just let that ball land on the ground behind the end zone. Well, for those of you that attended a North Hunterdon football game, you know that we catch ours. Dave catches them. Dave holds the school record for the most field goal attempts caught. And for those of you who attended the basketball games, you know Dave has his signature backwards half-court basketball throw at halftime. He does it over the head. He holds the school record for the most backwards baskets made, both in a row. His record's 9, and total, we have no idea how many he made. So the class of 2026, the world is going to try to hand you a conventional metric for success. It will try to tell you how fast you need to run, how much money you need to make, or what specific box you need to fit in. Well, Dave redefined what it meant to achieve success. Do not let anyone else define your boundaries. Find your version of the backward half-court shot and master it. Turn your unique passions into your own records and pursue them with everything you have. Identify where the proverbial balls are being dropped and start catching them. The second lesson that we can learn from Dave is to commit to cheering on those around you. Dave was our undisputed #1 fan. His true magic wasn't that he just loved the Lions, it was how he made other people feel. He ensured that every athlete felt seen. Dave taught us that true sportsmanship, leadership, and community citizenship aren't about the score on the scoreboard. They are about how you uplift everyone around you. He fiercely cheered for the fellow Lions, whether the scoreboard showed a crushing defeat or a state championship. Dave was going to wear his cape and his helmet, catch those extra points, shoot his shots, and lead a cheer for the Lions. So as you leave North Hunterdon, you are going to enter a highly competitive environment. It can be easy to fall into the trap of thinking that for you to win, someone else has to lose. But the greatest leaders, the ones who truly change the culture of a workplace, a neighborhood, or a family, are the ones that bring a spirit of encouragement and cheer the loudest. Be the teammate, the colleague, the family member who ensures that everyone feels seen. Celebrate the victories of those around you as if they were your own. Third and finally, consistency is the key to success. It's impossible to know the exact number, but I am confident as principal in saying that Dave holds the record for the most North Hunterdon sporting events attended. We live in a world that chases instant gratification, fleeting trends, and overnight validation. It's easy to get distracted by the noise. Dave's life was a masterclass in quiet, undeniable power of simply showing up, rain or shine, winning streaks or losing seasons, decade after decade. Dave was a constant anchor on our sidelines. He didn't just show up when it was easy or when the cameras were rolling. He showed up for generations of students because he was committed to this school. Students, your impact in this world will likely not be measured by a single viral moment or a temporary spotlight. It will be measured by your consistency, year after year, decade after decade. And I'm not gonna lie, sometimes life is a bit of a grind. But being a reliable person who shows up for your friends, your families, and your responsibilities day after day, even when the initial excitement fades, will be what cements your legacy. Class of 2026, you are ready. You can achieve incredible things. Set your own records. Cheer relentlessly for those around you. And no matter where life takes you, be consistent and never stop showing up. I can't wait to hear about all the amazing things that you accomplish. Congratulations. Before we issue diplomas, I would like to make a special request for all those in attendance. Please hold your applause until all members of the class have received their diplomas so that every family can hear the name of their child as it is read. We ask that you refrain from shouting, whistling, or any other behavior that would distract from our graduates. Once all the graduates' names have been read, I will encourage you to be as loud as possible to support the class of 2026. At this time, I would like to introduce our staff who will read each graduate's name. Our staff, in order of appearance, are Miss Amy Millay, Miss Kristen Stell, and Miss Carissa Stayano. Joining me to distribute the diplomas are our superintendent, Dr. Richard Burgess, Board of Education President, Mr. Brendan McIsaac, as well as our senior class assistant principal, Mr. Deutsch.
Asher Amir. Katerina Alexandra Abreu. Benjamin Adamo. Sophia Aird. Owen Michael Anthony Akers. Lucas Andres Alarcon. Andrew Alfano. Dylan Almeida. Aiden Christopher Altieri. Leanna Elise Angeles. Ian Joseph Aralar. Tamaz Ayala. Daniel Alu Wadamilare Ayenda. Edward Brett Bannock. Elizabeth Barton. Andrew Baucom. Joseph Mark Bavaro. Mia Beneducci. Graham Michael Berry. Alex Donald Beswick. Eric Thomas Beswick. Riva Banushali. Ethan Bowman. Lenora Ann Bonacorsi. Michael Spencer Bonomo. Elsa Morgan Boyer. Sarah Beth Bradley. Hunter Cole Brown. Mallory Ann Brown. Elizabeth Ann Bridger. Sylvia Buccini. Catherine Burstetta. Pranay Balusu. Reed Maxwell Busby. Isabella Vida Caballero. Alan Calvo. Emily Campos. Daniel Thomas Canavan IV. Tessa Lynn Cancellari. Jadelyn Candelario. Vincent Canella. Nicholas Carmen Carciola, Jr. Ellery Joe Cassidy. Caleb Elijah Cataldo. Camille Basilia Chambers. Easton Cherney. Callum Peter Mackenzie Chin. Clara Ann Chabowski. David Thomas Christie. Amelia I. Cohen. Scarlett Lee Cohen. Autumn Maria Ellen Connolly. Natalia Contos. Natalie Pearl Capetto. Alexis Corley. Chloe Corley. Griffin Patrick Costine. Corinna S. Crisafi. Chase James Crismale. Mia Cottarelli. Owen Dandio. Iris Danius. Amaya Ejaz Davis Jope. Sage De Almeida. Reese Philip Dector. Connor DeClario. Joseph C. Delaney. Ryan Demjen. Anthony D. Simone. Nicholas Victor D. Simone. Darjinder Singh Dillon. Logan Mizuki Dobbins. Margaret Brock Donlin. Timothy Brock Donlin. Chase Michael Dreyer. Riley Driscoll. Quinn Droney. Dallas Easley. Colin Eccleberry. Chidera Nyanome Emeaso. Christopher Daniel Estrada. Vivian R. Evans. Charles Evers. Connor Daniel Fasiola. Alexander Famolari. Samantha Fernandez. Matthew Ferreira. Daniel Figursky. Tanner Fiore. Gabriel Furmanek. Colin Flynn. Jackson Richard Foll. Rocco Francesco Forlini. Layla Francisco. Zadani Aiden Francisco. Tara Franco. Casey Nico Frasca. Olivia French. Nick Fromosky. Albert Fung. Christian Garcia Harrison. Herman Gabriel Garcia Pacheco. Joseph Gardner. Max Gazillo. Sam Gazillo. Sydney Marie Gierman. Mackenzie Shea Gilbert. Shelby Glazer. Jack Donovan Goodman. Benjamin R. Gutman. Mara Catherine Green.
Justin Guerra. Melissa Guerrero. Nathan Riley Haluska. Charlie Jean Hand. Bernard Thomas Hanley. Connor Hansen. Charlize Hardiman. Jack T. Herring. Micah Christopher Harrison. Nicholas Paul Harris. Ashley Marie Hartman. Faith Elizabeth Hawkins. Grace Nicole Hawkins. Ryan Heinbach. Haley Emma Heinrich. Morgan Heller. Mia Melina Henk. Ryland C. Hender. Aiden Michael Clark Herlihy. Jaleese Isiano. Grant Hillman. Madison Latke. Tyler Thomas Ho. Francis Holbrook. Holden Robert Hoops. Kyle Howard. William Hoyer. Samuel Benjamin Hunt. Stefania Rose Jack. William Robert Jench. Isaac Jimenez Esquivel. Asha Johnstone. Liam Michael Kane. Prohav Kanagante. Brooklyn Kappas. Joshua Michael Kelko. Nicholas Santino Kamish. Ashunk Cound. Mackenzie A. Knapp. Logan Walter Constellid. Charlotte Adele Conta. Kyle Koretsky. Joseph S. Koifman. Joseph Kosminski. Alexandra Helen Krotowski. Jeremy LaCroix. Caitlin LaRufa. Jake Latargia. Matthew Ethan Lee. Ryan Liebensberger. Lillian Maureen Lenahan. Michael Levering. David Lynn. Phoebe Maria Lingerfield. Zachary Philip Linzer. Catherine Hayden Lisa. Odin Yule. Natalie Lowenstein. Destin Luft. Brooks Lunger. Daniel Machado. Julia Marie McKenzie. Sophia May McKinnon. Isabel Neve Mayer. Gianna Marina. Mackenzie Peyton Marks. Lila Mason. Joseph Anthony Mayen. Corey Meyer. Joseph Ryan Mazurkowitz. Victoria G. Mazzaferro. Colin McCabe. Rihanna Rebecca McConaughey. Yoji McConnell. Erin McCool. Jenna Margaret McDevitt. Noah James McGrill. Madeline H. McKinley. Michael Joseph McNeese. Daniel Maderos. Jenna Medvedich. Nicholas Menabdishvili. Taya Menabdishvili. Kelsey E. Messenger. Kelly Methven. Autumn Raquel Mickens. Olivia Page Chris Miles. Andrew Miller. Emily Grace Miller. Madison Autumn Miller. Sienna Kern Miller. Audrey Josephine Minsavage. Giovanna Miseo. John Monaco. Corbett Monahan. Abigail Eleanor Moore. Carly E. Moore. Marisol D. Moreno. Sirius A. Morgan. Ruby Luella Morgans. Caleb Jack Mormon. Delia Mora. Kelsey Mora. Jackson Mitnick. Riley L. Muir. Matthew Samuel Murray. Marshall W. Nance. Kara Neiman. Ethan Fawn Nguyen. Brian Patrick Nunez. Meredith Nuzzo.
Cole O'Connor. Ian A. Ost. Moyasore Praise Ogunkoya. Natalie Brooke Olson. Osemene Samantha Amoglebe. Amoglebe, my apologies. Liam Orban. Ariana Giselle Orgueta. Catherine Sue O'Sullivan. Ashley Pachuta. Anya Mahale Page. Genesis Palacios Arevalo. Louis Patrick Palma. Jacob Papera. Emma Barbara Parenti. Jacob Anthony Parenti. Anya Parikh. Avelina Lily Pascarello. Jessica Pastor. Spandan Patel. Vishnu Patel. Christopher Paul. Jonathan Hunter Peck. Claudia Francesca Peluso. Sean Francis Pettigrove. Teresa Pedersen. Brian Flugfelder. Joshua Pinto. Michael John Piotrowski. Riley Annabelle Mattingly Piper. Evan William Plax. Yuktha Sri Panam. Amber Portella. Abigail Prue. Nicholas Michael Ramesi. Sophia Ava Randall. Rachel Jean Rekowitz. Aiden Reisner. Kaylee Shea Riley. Karina Rada. Cameron Roning. Alexa Caitlin Rogers. Lavon Rogers. Sailor Fox Roman. Magdalena Rotner. Gabriella Russos. Matthew R. Ruffalo. Sanvi Srigauri Sachin. Grishmanth Sakurthi. Allison F. Sandoval Silva. Cassandra Alicia Santiago. Sebastian Santos. Sophia Isabella Santos. Jenna Lynn Saponaro. Antonio Joseph Socelli. Giovanni Antonio Scapani. Olivia Helen Schlicker. Ryan Frederick Schmidt. Emily Grace Scott. Amara Scully. Matthew Seifert. Holly Mae Seipel. Kelly Grace Shanklin. Samantha Shustak. Alexander Partle Seamus. Lucy Sklar. Maxwell Howard Sklar. Angelina Marie Slack. Lily Ellen Smith. Elizabeth Grace Snyder. Camila Soltis. Ivy Rosalina May Sorage. Jonah Nicholas Spagnuolo. Sophia Stacy. Ryan Wesley Steinman. Charlotte Stern. John Strobel. Emily Sutton. Paige A. Suzik. Nicholas Michael Antonio Tangretti. Kylie Marie Chors. Kelsey Marie Thompson. Nicholas Vaughn Thompson. Uriel Tinajero. Colin Tran. Trenton Triantafilu. Jack Elwood Trapiano. Charlotte Tui. Julius Urbina Cleverly. Daniel Murray Van Auken. Morelli Vargas. Micah Alexander Varghese. Sebastian Vasilevsky. Ashley Vasquez. Jasmine Vasquez. Mika Vega. Kylie Olivia Vergara. Tynan Timothy Jerome Walker. Aiden Cole Walraven. Xavier Wellington Warner. Ethan Jacob Warte. Zoe Grace Weisswasser. Emma Bella White. Myasia Wilson. Mason James Witkowski. Patrick Ryan Voital. Thomas Michael Voital. Catherine Grace Wolf. Amber Lynn Ronsky. Elias Wysong. Hashem Yokub. Caroline Elizabeth Yanada. Emanuela Pendi Zesi Yucham Tagu. Emily Yoon. Amanda Zarzuela Contreras. Emily Zhang. Kevin Zhang.
One more big round of applause, some loud voices. Let's make some noise for the class of 2026. Okay, get your cameras ready. On the count of 3, we're going to be throwing our caps in the air. Get your cameras ready. Get the hairpins out of your hair if you're throwing your cap. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Congratulations, class of 2026. Have a great day. Drive safe. Don't forget to go to the gym to get your diploma. Thank you, everybody.